Hey, it is your buddy, Peace and Harmony with you here today. Much love going out to all the beautiful, empowered harmonizers. We are zooming in and focusing in on a very important concept and trait or quality or tendency of a narcissist that you might exhibit or experience, rather, that you might experience what they exhibit in the relationship, particularly that in order for you to sort of continue to have a relationship, if you're in a relationship with this individual and you can't go no contact, one of the most difficult challenges I would say that you have to really adjust to and be resilient is that you have to be able to and willing and able and willing to accept the mask that they have on. You have to accept the mask as what they have on. It's sort of an airtight mask, if you will. Have you ever seen a scuba diver? Have you ever seen, someone who is snorkeling and they have a mask? They've got on their scuba mask. So you have to understand that they are literally going to have a mask that is impenetrable to others, but they will, this is basically a permanent fixture of their personality, which is the sort of mask facade, this sarcasm that heads up everything, if you will. Their mask is like the lobby, the building of their personality, their architecture of their personality. So everything is going to be through the mask, whether it's trauma, whether it's crisis, whether it's their grief, losing of a friend or a relationship to them, change of their job, change of their health. There's always going to be a persona. And this is their filter that they adapt and adjust, that they feel is how they should present in the dynamics of relationship. And you have to understand that that is their personality. Disease, disorder, accept it for what it is, even however it is you want to label it. Eventually, you have to understand that you are going to have to sort of process, I would say, in the healing, you have to understand that you're going to have to accept the mask as what it is. And just accept it is what it is, and oftentimes it's not going to change. It might vary in intensity, but there's going to be this feeling that of a disingenuineness or a lack of genuineness. So, I really kind of feel that there's a collective, consciousness. There's been many studies of this through, the history and legacy of psychology, particularly the work of Carl Jung, the collective unconscious. Many people, discuss this, and you can read primers on his works, and he talks about the archetype and images that will present themselves in your dreams, and that they have hidden meanings. Particularly, if you wake up from of a dream and you feel that you're in the Caribbean or some beautiful exotic island with rolls of waves waking you up, and then it's turquoise in meaning, turquoise in color. What is the meaning of this? And so there's a lot of energetic sort of, kind of interesting parallels that you'll wake up to in the journey, after you've sort of experienced a very, oftentimes it's very difficult relationship with these individuals. And if you want to sort of get through the relationship or you have to keep it going. Either you have to keep it juggling with them, or in your mind, you have to understand that you're going to some degree accept that they have a mask, and you're going to need to interact with the mask. Meaning, you're interacting with the mask, which means if you don't like to be a mask wearer, you have a certain way about you. You have a genuineness, you have an authenticity, you have a personality that is caring, that is warm, or maybe it's more objective, fact-based, whatever it is. You have to realize that it's going to be limited or restricted in the amount of just sort of what you feel is fluidity or flow in the relationship. It's just going to be, different for you. It's going to feel different and uncomfortable. You might, you might just sort of interpret it as having a negative, but you have to understand that this then presents a challenge. The challenge you can either accept, or the challenge you can reject, or the challenge you can think about. So you really, I think, have to understand that this individual is going to be a permanent fixture for them. It's going to be who they are. And it's, you know, it's, they are the ones who, if they want to change, it's up to them. If they want to stop being sarcastic, sardonic, throwing other people under the bus, that's up to them. But you have to understand, for a narcissist or a psychopath, you know, this is what they get their juice off of. This is what they get their creativity. This is what they laugh about. This is what they get rewarded from. This is their dopamine hit, and they're seeking for others to join them. So you have to understand that there is going to be a limitation and a restriction. So if you're experiencing this, realize that that is what it is. And if you accept it and come to terms with it, and then deal with it on your terms, you'll feel much more empowered about the relationship. You know, I think you'll have a little bit more degree of spiritual, not only epiphany, aha, but energy to be yourself and to stop feeling so tense. You won't give into the pressure because you realize that it is their mask. It's what they put out there. And so you have to be willing to, you know, understand and then process their filter with a filter of your own. In other words, develop a filter of understanding and meaning and interpretation, that this is what they do, and so it is. And become, you know, to be a little bit more gentle with this awakening for yourself. Allow it to be soft, gentle, little baby steps, but realize this is how it's going to be. And allow it to be, and then allow it to be distant from you, because I think emotional distance creates manageability and control. And this will help you to sort of navigate and stop being influenced and adversely impacted from just sort of their outpouring, oftentimes of hurtful statements, sarcastic humor, just sort of sardonic, and things of that nature, which oftentimes takes a toll on others and brings them down rather than uplift, which is where you need to be if you're trying to be authentic and empowered and live and relate to your I am. Choose the path of empowerment. Choose the path of acceptance. Choose the path of strength, and be willing to let weakness go. This is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today, and I hope that these videos do help. Please share, please subscribe, and please donate for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support. Be at peace and have a beautiful day.